Hey guys, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. We are in Rapid City, South Dakota, and today we're taking this United Airlines, A320 over to Casper, Wyoming. It's a short flight, it's only about 170 miles. We won't be at cruise for very long. And we'll get going. You can hear the winds are blowing out here. So it's going to be a very, very interesting flight. So let's hop on board and we'll get ready to go. Alright, we're back on board the aircraft. We can start getting her ready to go. So parking brakes are set, chocks have been removed, ground power is connected, throttles are at idle, engine masters are off, generator switches are on, batteries are on, external power is connected. The gears are now aligning, and we will turn up the screens. So this is our tour of America. We started in Boston, and we are working our way westward across the top of the US, and then we're going to go down the Pacific coast and along the bottom, and then back up the eastern coast. Get the lights up here. Don't want that much flood. I want one click on the floods and one click on the floods. And there's our overhead. And landing gear is confirmed down, flaps are confirmed up, spoilers confirmed retracted. We'll put the passenger signs on, and we can tell the cabin crew to start boarding. So let's jump down and start getting the aircraft set up here. So we're going to go into our initialization. We're going to request the flight plan from our dispatchers. And there we go. So KARP, Rapid City to Casper. 3,000 feet is our planned cruise altitude, but like I said, we're only going to be up there for a few minutes. Our reference is aligned. Excellent. We'll go to our B page. So our zero fuel weight, 55.7. Our center of gravity is 26.51. We'll do fuel planning. Block fuel plan is wrong. So we're going to put it in manually, 5.4. For block fuel, and our wind component is a headwind of 17 knots. Not sure why the fuel's not calculating now. I'll have to look in to see what's going on with the mod. This is the fly-by-wire A320 mod that we are running. Performance page, transition altitude is 18,000 feet. It'll be a flaps 1 with 0 on the trims, and that will give us a 128. Rotation of 129 and a climb out of 133 minimum. So we're going to go get the weather, see what runways we're going to be using. Again, it's a short flight, so we could probably enter the arrival information while we're sitting here. Let's wait for the message to pop up, company message. And there we go. So, winds are 28, gusting 39. Some broken cloud at 11,000. I'm not seeing the cloud. 6 degrees. 299-4. We will set that now. There we go. And we might as well do the standby while we're here. And in Wyoming, the winds are out of the south and clear, -6. We'll confirm that once we're in the air, but it looks like we're going to be landing southwards. Looking at the runways here. Probably runway 21. Which would mean the VOR DME to runway 21. It's going to be a visual approach. That's all right, we can do that. All right. So let's see how they're doing outside on bags and catering. While they're doing that, we will get the APU up and running. Go down the panels, make sure everything is set. Heaters tuned in for when we go to APU. And the emergency exit lights are armed. So again, it's a very, very simple route. Basically, gonna head south and then southwest, and over to the airport. Again, it's about 176 miles. Transponder code's gonna be 2000. Since we're not running with ATC at the moment, when I'm doing this flight, there's no one on in the area. And everything is set. So we're just waiting for passengers to load and finish with the cargo, baggage and catering, and we should be good to go. So we'll be back when we get to that point.
On behalf of the cabin crew, I'd like to welcome you aboard our flight. As you find a seat, be sure to place your larger carry-on items in the overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat in front of you. If you have trouble finding a location for any of your carry-on items, please use the flight attendant call button over your seat and somebody will assist you. If the overhead bin is full, please make sure you close it as a courtesy to other passengers. Please double check that all your items are put away so that the aisle is clear and other passengers can make their way to their seats. If you're in an emergency exit row, please read the exit seating responsibilities in the card in the seat back in front of you. If you're not able to comply with these actions, please let a flight attendant know so that way you can be reseated. Now's the time to get out any last-minute text messages if you need to, but we ask that once you depart from the gate, you put away any laptops or tablets. Thank you, and welcome aboard. We're ready to go when you are.
Alright, sounds like the cabin is ready for us. And everything is done. Everything is locked up outside. So we've signed off on the manifest. We'll lock the door. I'll do it over here. We'll get them to pull the jetway. You can see it opening up. We'll ground power our AP1.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 07.
Ground
Our
power
flight
off.
time will be roughly 42 minutes. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables and seat backs are in the full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, prepare cabin for departure.
Alright. So we are ready to push back. It's going to be tail left, and we are going to be exiting over there and heading out to the taxiway, turning right and going down to the end of the runway. So let's get going.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead, flight deck.
We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Roger. Release the parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes released.
Pushing back.
Just wait for them to get hooked up, and we will start the push. There we go.
You are clear behind, and you can start your engines at your discretion.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Engine
please
number
direct
one.
your attention to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Welcome. We're excited to have you aboard, and we appreciate your attention as we demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft. FAA regulation requires you to follow the instructions of our crew members and comply with posted and lighted signs.
It's important to have your seatbelt on at all times. To fasten your seatbelt, slide the metal end into the buckle. Tighten by pulling the loose end of the strap. Lift the buckle to release. When the seatbelt sign is on, your seatbelt should be fastened low and tight across your lap. In case of unexpected turbulence, keep your seatbelt fastened, even when the seatbelt sign is off.
Thanks. Have a good flight. See you later.
Please take a moment to look around in order to familiarize yourself with the aircraft. This Boeing 787 has 8 exit doors, 4 on each side of the aircraft. If the doors are opened in an emergency, slide wraps will automatically inflate. In a water landing, slide rafts detach from the aircraft and are used as life rafts. All 8 exits are marked with overhead signs. As you locate the 2 exits nearest your seat, remember, they may be behind you. Got it!
If you're seated in an exit row, you may be asked to assist the crew during an evacuation. If you're unable or uncomfortable, please ask a flight attendant to be moved. If you must evacuate the aircraft, exit path lights on or near the floor will illuminate and guide you to the exit.
Where'd you go?
Look for a changing color or an exit sign to indicate you reached an exit. Leave all carry-on bags behind.
Babe?
Please refer to the safety card near your seat for the operation of the exit doors on this aircraft.
If necessary, an oxygen mask will drop from above your seat. If a strap appears, pull down on the strap to access your mask. Firmly pull the mask to extend the tubing. Place the mask over your nose and mouth and slip the band over your head. The band does not require adjustment. To start the flow of oxygen, breathe normally. Make sure your mask is secure before helping others.
Should you need it, you'll find a life vest equipped with a water-activated light under or near your seat. When directed, pull the tab to remove the pouch. Tear open the pouch, remove, and unfold the vest. Slip it over your head, wrap the belt around your waist, and secure it to the buckle in front. Pull the loose end to tighten. Inflate your vest just prior to exiting the aircraft by pulling down sharply on the red tab. You can also inflate the vest by blowing into the tube. This aircraft is also equipped with infant life vests, which will be distributed if necessary.
Smoking is never allowed on the aircraft. U.S. law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying laboratory smoke detectors. Federal regulations also require passengers to comply with lighted signs and crew member instructions. 祝您旅途愉快。Make sure you've switched all smartphones, tablets, and e-readers to airplane mode. For taxi, takeoff, and landing, large electronic devices must be turned off and stowed. For international destinations, your flight attendants will advise you if it's necessary to turn off and stow your device.
Bigger! Bolder!
We'll be taking off soon. Please review the safety card located near your seat, stow your tray table, carry-on items, headrest, and footrest. Make sure your seat back is upright and your seatbelt is securely fastened. Please place your personal item under the seat in front of you.
At United, safety is global. For all of us around the world, thanks, and enjoy your flight.
So we're not on a 787, but it's the only video I could find that has good quality and is legible and not recorded off of somebody's cell phone camera.
Camera crew sees for takeoff.
So everything's entered in. Cabin's ready. And the end of the runway is just down here. I believe this is an older United paint scheme. But I like it. It's nice. It's got the big United across the side of it. And there's the end of the runway coming up. So we're going to go right to the last one. A7 is the taxiway number. And then we'll get ready to go with our departure or before takeoff checklist, and then we will be on our way. Can't wait for the replay feature to come out, either the add-on mod or in the game. It's going to be pretty awesome. All right, so parking brake is set, flight instruments have been checked, engine instruments have been checked. Takeoff data is set and checked. Landing lights are on. Nose to takeoff. Strobes are on. Pitot heat is fine. De-ice not required. Transponder is on. Weather radar is on. And PWS is on. Alright, so Let's move out. Flaps are set. We're going to start the clock. And this will be a toga takeoff since it's a fairly short runway and we got some pretty strong winds, so we're just going to get up and going. So, engines up, there we go. And power set. A little bit of an expedited departure. 80 knots. 100 knots. V1 rotate. Positive rate, gear up. And speed brake disarm. Okay, we're going to make our right hand turn and we're going to loop around the airport basically and head back to our course. So keep it about a 20-degree bank angle. And throttle back to climb. Are we in climb? Yeah, we're in climb. Alright. Keep that nose down. Beautiful sunny day, very windy. The sun is shining. There we go. We're coming back on track. Flaps are up. One nose down to accelerate. Bring her down to about a 5-degree. Just waiting on that line to come over. See it starting to move. Our speed back. We'll resume our 10 degrees for our climb. And the speed is coming up. Go about 5.5 degrees. Let the speed come up. Go off on the overhead lights and the taxi light. That can come off as it's fairly quiet up here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now passing through 10,000 feet. You can now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. As a reminder, please keep your seatbelt fastened while you are seated and do not congregate in the galley or near the lavatory. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. If you wish to connect to the Wi-Fi, you'll be directed to a page to pay a small fee for internet access. We do offer complimentary in-flight solutions to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi and you'll be able to access our wide...
Again with this diving, it's a real pain in the butt, but it is what it is. Alright. Alright, so we're going to climb up now to our cruise altitude of 300, and we will see you there. Almost at cruise, and it looks like we're going to be surfing along the top of some clouds here. I'll just do a weather update check here, and then we can enter in the information to our...
Due to the short duration of this flight, we will not be able to offer in-flight service. Please let us know if there's anything we can do to make your flight more enjoyable, and we will try our best to assist you.
So we'll go back, and we're just waiting for the message to come in. It'll pop up over here, where you'll see it say company message. There it is there. So we'll go to messages received and the latest NATAR. So what do we have? We have winds are 230 at 6. Temperature is -8. And we're at 3016 on the altimeter. I think we're going to land on runway 26. It's 8,000 feet. Should be good. So I'm just going to go change my approach to the RNAV runway 26. Alright, what are we looking at for that? Pretty straightforward. Intercept altitude is 7,800, and some high elevations here. So let's go enter the destination data. So QNH was 3016. Temperature of -8. And winds were 230 at 6. Transition of 18,000. And the decision height 5629. Actually 5740, since we don't have VNAV. Alright, so that is all entered in. We're going to go down to 8,000 feet. And we're basically going to be straight in. We have to be at 7,800 when we get to here. It's at Akice. So we'll start at about 80 miles and we'll adjust. Yeah, see a misty cloud. Some pretty high hills and terrain around here. So it should be interesting. Get a very short flight, and not one that would be done direct. Everything I looked into says most of the aircraft come in and head out to Denver, so it's a little spoke off of Denver, but we're going direct today. Nice plane model as well. Alright, so we're going to begin our descent. We're going to go down at about 1,800 feet. And I'm going to bring the speed back to 280. We should be good. Looks like we do have some weather in the area, and you can see we're going to be going into and under this cloud layer. But I will rejoin you when we hit about 15,000 feet and we get much closer on our descent. Alright, that's just coming up to 16,000 feet. As you can see, it is kind of murky under here. Winds are out of the northwest. We're descending down. You can see some of the hills over there. And it sure is gray and cloudy down here. But anyway, we're targeting that Kais, and I'm going to try the RNAV approach. So I'll get us down to 7,800 beforehand, get us stable, and we'll put it in approach mode and see if it'll follow it down to the runway, like it should. I know some of the indicators aren't there, but we'll see how it does.
We have begun our final descent into your destination. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you. Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
And the weather's clear enough that if it doesn't work, I'll be able to go manual and just fly her in. Shouldn't need the anti-ice anymore. We're below the cloud deck. And the airport should be probably over in this area here. So I'm going to get rid of the weather. Very rugged landscape out there. Some interesting cloud formations. So there's 13,000 feet, so we'll go down to 270. $12,000 will go down to 260, 11,000 will go to 250, and that gets us set up for our speed limit at 10,000. So So we're about 24 miles out from ACUS. We'll make our altitude no problem. That's just the mouse acting up a little bit there. Starting to see some of the train come in. Let's see it over here. Let's bring the speed right back to 250 now. So 30 miles to the airport. So it could have rain or snow over there, I guess. Yeah, pretty heavy coloring there. Definitely got some storms going on. But we're going to skirt around the edge of it. $17 miles to go. We're gonna just increase a little bit. There's 10,000 feet coming up, so we'll go with the lights. We're not gonna need the speed brakes. We'll set that up. It's a fair size runway. 8,000 feet, yeah. 8,000 feet, so we'll go low on the auto brake. No point in engaging the landing system since we are not using it. This is not an ILS, it's an RNAV. So we're going to be 6.1, 7.1, 8.1, 9.1, 10, 11.2 miles from the end of the runway when we hit here at ACUS. So we'll see how we do. Wind farms. So we're within 500 feet where we're going to level out. See, we're going to be tracking up this valley here. $10 miles to go. Alright. Approach mode is active in the MCDU, or the approach phase. Kind of make out the airport ahead. It's up around there. And we're gonna get repeated callouts now. Alright, there's 7,800. Speed's going into managed mode. So seatbelt signs are on, radios are set, speed is managed, landing lights are on. Taxi lights on, ground spoilers are armed. Auto brake is set. Speed's coming down. I don't know if this is going to work because there's no altitude set in there, but let's see what happens. For some reason it's thinking we're on an ILS. should not be saying that. It should be saying approach final, and can't remember what the other saying is. Oh, there we go. Final and approach nav. That's what we want. There's the turn. Let's see if she's going to manage. For Boatsy here, we got it. We should be at 7,000 feet. Let's see if she'll do it. Holding. We don't got far to go down. Flaps 1. Start bringing our speed down. Seven miles out. Flaps 2. Gear down. Yeah, I think because the altitudes aren't in there, she's not going to do it. Flaps 3. Flaps final, yeah. Alright, I'll take control. Since the aircraft doesn't want to play ball.
2,500.
Really need to have those altitudes in the FMS. At least the tracking works now. We have that. Fortunately, there's no indicators anywhere to follow down. So we'll just do this the old-fashioned way. Well, they call it the Mark 1 eyeball. Uh, 5,355, I believe, is the altitude of the runway. Slight wind from the left. A little steep there. We're looking good. Little low.
100 above.
Here we go.
Minimum 500.
Landing.
400. 300.
bounce with dealing with that crosswind. Welcome to Casper, Wyoming.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination. The local time is 9:45 a.m. and it's currently about 18 degrees Fahrenheit. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins, as items may have shifted during the flight. If this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us. If you're making a connection, we encourage you to check your itinerary to ensure a smooth continuation of your journey.
And welcome to the airport. The terminal is off to our right. It's over there. That's where we're headed. Oops. Cockpit view. There we go. Let's turn off the radars and stuff. There we go. Gonna cross runway 30321. And we'll taxi over to the terminal. Well, that was a nice short hop. I think, what's our clock say, 39 minutes? So a little 40-minute flight as we hop across the state here. Probably be done by like a Q400 or something, normally. Passengers are only 77% satisfied. I guess they didn't like the fact they got no service. You can hear the APU spooling up. Here's where we're going, over at the gate there, the jetway. So I fired up the APU because sometimes at these small airports, when you park, you don't really get a ground connection for the ground power unit. We will see. There's buddies waiting for us there. There should be a line here, but there isn't. So we're going to guesstimate best we can. How's that? I like it. Okay, parking brake is set. Thrust levers are at idle. Ground contact. Yeah, we made it, but there's no ground power. So we're going to put on the APU bleed, which will give us our electrical power. Again, parking brakes are set. Engines will come off, beacon will come off. Seatbelt signs will come off. Fuel pumps, veto heat. Doors are open. Everyone can start getting themselves ready to go. Oh, do we have doors? Let's see. Waiting for the jetway to connect. Will you connect? Nope. Alright, good enough. We are here. Thank you very much for watching on our trip around the US. We'll see you for the next one. Bye for now.